This is why we just can't have nice things, y'all. This is a cow's opinion. Catchphrase. We don't need one because this is where we go over the latest, greatest, and honestly, not great news coming up because today, Marvel Rivals laid off a director and others despite the smash success of the game. We're going to look into it. So, US-based developers for the hero shooter got hit with layoffs yesterday. I waited a little bit because I knew NetEase would respond, and this article has been updated with the response. So thank you to our good friend Andy Robinson over at VGC, Video Game Chronicle. Because after 2 months of a great launch, the US-based developers got hit with layoffs. So there's the additional thing, but on his LinkedIn profile yesterday, Tuesday, the California-based game director Thaddeus Sasser claimed that an unspecified number of Marvel Rivals American developers have been let go. This is such a weird industry. My stellar, talented team just helped deliver an incredibly successful new franchise in Marvel Rivals from NetEase Games, and were just laid off. He also says that level designer Gary McGee was let go, and another designer, Jack Burrows, has also confirmed that he's been let go. Well, just got laid off from my job working on Marvel Rivals with NetEase. It was an enormous pleasure to work with my American co-workers who joined me in this sad culling. Just couldn't dodge that big boot, I guess, no matter how big the success of the game. Now, it does not have staff credits, but the game was developed by teams in China and in Seattle, USA. According to Sasser's LinkedIn, the Seattle team specialized in the game and level design, and their most senior developer is the creative director, forgive me for the pronunciation, Gongyan Chen, who often appears in developer diaries published by NetEase. Now, this is just really disappointing given that it's been a huge breakout success since December. High player counts, lots of $100 million plus easily already spent on a free-to-play game. Fantastic, and that Rivals is currently top 5 in weekly active users across Steam and the PlayStation Network and the Xbox Network. It has been a massive hit, one of the few games that has been able to break through the live service wall. I don't know, folks. I just don't know, says Circa analyst Matt Piscata. Now, when it released its first season last month, the game saw 644,000 plus all play the game concurrently, which is number 14 in their all-time high player counts. This is higher than other popular titles such as Apex Legends, Path of Exile 2, Helldivers 2, Grand Theft Auto 5. A Bungie employee has claimed that they'd heard the layoffs were part of a broad decision by NetEase to pull out of North America. NetEase also split off last month their Vancouver-based Worlds Untold studio, founded with Mass Effect writer Mac Walters in 2023, as well as the Seattle-based Jar of Sparks, the studio founded in 2022 by Xbox veteran Jerry Hook. The cinematic director John Edward wrote, "The only site I can possibly add is that Netflix is pulling all investment out of North America. Started last year. Are these layoffs all the North America design team? If so, then it appears no. Doesn't matter how successful your game is, corporate policy created by geopolitics and trade relations do." Now, the last remaining studios in North America is California-based Bulletfall, which was founded last year with Call of Duty Black Ops designer David Vonderhaar. They had also founded Anchorport with Control's lead designer with studios in Spain and Seattle. NetEase also had the Austin, Texas-based T-0, which is creating a sci-fi MMO, and Bad Brain Game Studios, the company co-founded in Canada by Ubisoft vets. Outside of North America, they have new studios from Like a Dragon designer Toshiro Nagoshi and Resident Evil producer Hiroyuki Kobayashi, and have invested in Suda51's Grasshopper manufacture. They have asked for a comment, and we do have the comment now, which is why I'm finally covering this story. We recently made the difficult decision to adjust Marvel Rivals' development team structure for organizational reasons and to optimize development efficiency for the game, as per this statement. This resulted in a reduction of a design team based in Seattle that is part of a larger global design function in support of Marvel Rivals. We appreciate the hard work and dedication of those affected, and we'll be treating them confidentially and respectfully with recognition to. So, translation, this is a Chinese developer. They don't give a damn. They wanted to get out of North America. They need these guys to get the game up. Now that the game's up, they're letting them go. That's just it. Guys, Chinese companies are not your friends, okay? I understand that. I know Marvel Rivals is fun. Chinese companies are not your friends. I know they have the Hoyoverse, but Chinese companies just aren't your friends. I'm sorry, they're just not. No company is, but especially an authoritarian dictatorship where they're like, well, based on geopolitical conditions, we have to pull out of a lot of the markets in these areas. They're just going to do it. They use them until they could get the game launched, and then now they're sent off. And it has nothing to do with treating them respectfully with recognition for their individual country. They just don't want to be in bed with North American developers anymore. The North American game market is shrinking from overinvestment, and China is spinning off the studios that they can, and they're closing the ones that they can't. That's it. And that's the cow's opinion is, unfortunately, this is what happens when you work with it's not, and this isn't necessarily a Chinese thing. Ubisoft's been doing this stuff. EA's been doing this stuff. Lots of big companies are doing this stuff, guys. They're getting rid of Microsoft when they bought Activision, and Blizzard did some of this. They're making themselves leaner because the massive growth they saw during a global pandemic. Amazingly enough, when we go outside and touch grass, we decide to do that. We're still nerds. We're going to play games, but they're doing it some of the time. And that's just, unfortunately, the way it's going to be. This year is probably going to have, I think the layoffs will finally, big, massive layoffs will finally stop in 2025. But it wouldn't surprise me if the next 6 months still have some pretty big layoff news before it finally starts petering out and the industry returns to a proper equilibrium. I think that AAA games are very expensive and hard to make because of the overinvestment in them. And if you're an indie developer or you want to make just regular A or double A games on your own, and you can do that. But if you work for a big studio, you have to make a hugely successful game, or even then, their politics and corporate decisions can still screw you. And that sucks, and that's not how it should be, but that's how it's going to be for, I would guess, at least another 6 months. I don't like it. That is it. That's just it, guys. Let me know in the comments what you think. Are you surprised that Marvel Rivals is laying off all of its U.S. developers? Because, again, I'm not. That's just how they are, unfortunately. And, guys, let me know in the comments below. And you know what else you can do? What you can always do. You can play more games. Games are awesome. The continued layoffs plaguing the industry and the corporate BS explaining it is not awesome, and you deserve awesome. I'll see you next time. I'll be interested in at least a year and a half to see if now Marvel Rivals is all Chinese. I'll be interested to see if they can accurately predict the North American and European markets still.